So if we were standing in your physical shoes, if we understood what you just heard, we would set an intention, a singular intention, be the only thing that we would put on our things to do today list. I'm going to feel as good as I can feel, as much as I can feel it, as long as I can feel it. Which means we would not be facing a lot of the reality. We wouldn't watch cable news because there's nothing there that resonates with who you are and what you really want. Oh, it's informative, reaches all around the world, and a lot of people feel that they need to be informed of what they do not want in order to protect themselves from it. And we acknowledge that it is helpful to know what you don't want so that you can know what you do want. But you get way carried away with the knowing what you don't want part of the equation. So we try to simplify it for you by saying you were source energy before you came into this physical body, and a part of you came into this physical body, and this part of you came in. We're talking fast because we know you've heard it many times. Part of you comes in that physical body, and you explore the contrast, and you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, and you send off rockets of desire. And every time you send off a rocket of desire, that rocket of desire becomes a permanent resident of your vortex of creation. And the source within you becomes vibrationally aligned with that new leading edge desire that you have ferreted out from the contrast that you have so decidedly chosen to live when you made the decision to come into this physical body. So you've launched a rocket of desire, but you've done more than that. From your physical format, you have caused the larger part of you to expand, and the larger part of you, that inner being part of you, that part of you that was you before you were you in your physical body, that still is you even though you are in this physical body, this non-physical counterpart, this inner being, this source part of you has evolved because of what you've just lived. And as that part of you has evolved because of what you've just lived, now you have a choice of whether to keep up with that evolution or not. And that's what your emotions are. The better you keep up with the expansion that you have carved out of this life experience, the better you feel. But if you launch rockets of expansion and the source within you becomes the equivalent of that expansion that you've asked for, and you stay focused upon the problem that caused you to launch the rocket, then there's a vibrational gap between you and you that you feel in the form of emotion. But that's okay, because that's step one. You knew that that was essential. You knew that it was necessary to know what you don't want in order to know what you do want. And you also knew that it was logical for you to be more of a vibrational match to what is than to what is coming next, because what is has a lot of your attention. Have you noticed? Because you can see what is, and you can hear what is, and you can smell what is, and you can taste what is, and you can feel what is. It's so real. It's why you want to call it reality. This is real. We say, yes, but it's temporary, and it's the bouncing off place from where you are. So if you sift through the real reality of what you are living, and you look for the best parts of it, and you hold the best parts of it as your object of attention, so that the vibration that you are offering chronically is about that, then your point of attraction allows you to receive more and more and more and more and more of those things that you have been asking for. So for a while, we've been telling you about step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1 is you sift through contrast and you ask. And step 2 is, since you've launched that rocket of desire, source has become the equivalent of it. In other words, when you ask, it happens immediately, what you ask for. But step 3 is, you have to find a way of, not just for a moment, not just for a flash, not just in an odd moment of influence by someone else, but you have to find steady, chronic resonance with what you're asking for. In other words, you can't want more money and feel resonance with lack of money and get more money. You got to feel resonance with more money. And our physical friends say, well, thanks a lot. Give me some money and I'll resonate. We say, we know you want the reality first and the resonance later, but that's not the way it works. And often you say, well, I don't know for sure that that's true, Abraham, because I don't think I was being that deliberate about a lot of things in my life. And yet well-being pretty much surrounds me on lots of subjects. And we say that is because the well-being is the dominant part of that which you are about. It's natural for well-being to follow you. You had a lot of well-being resonance going before you even made your entrance into this physical body. That carries you, it does. But when you become deliberate about your vibration, when you deliberately offer your thoughts because you care about that resonance, now you're really cooking. Now you are a deliberate creator. Now you have so much control about what happens around you. And now, and only now, does life begin to really be pleasurable for you, because it takes all of the mystery out of it. It takes all of the chance and luck stuff away. It makes you understand that you can find a position after you've sorted through life, and you can deliberately hold to that vibrational position, and law of attraction will support that position with manifestational, actualized, see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it evidence.